Jim Bain does not point to a courtroom victory when asked what has kept him sharp across 5 decades of practicing law in Colorado. He points to Warren Buffett. His consistency, discipline, and long-term perspective seemed to pave the way for his success, Bain said. Even well into his later years, he remained active, curious, and engaged in his work, which I find especially inspiring at this stage of life. These days, I appreciate leaders who demonstrate that age does not limit impact. Buffett built his success over decades, showing that steady, thoughtful progress can be more powerful than chasing quick wins. Bain, 76, has lived that model. He graduated cum laude from the University of Connecticut in 1972 and earned his law degree cum laude from the University of Florida College of Law in 1976. He began his career at the Tennessee Valley Authority, where he led the damage analysis team in one of the most complex antitrust cases of its era, producing a $250 million recovery from Gulf Oil for his client. He went on to become a partner at some of Colorado's most prominent law firms before co-founding Benjamin, Bain, Howard & Cohen in Denver, a practice Newsweek spotlighted as the boutique commercial real estate law firm in the city. All 4 partners were named super lawyers. He has been listed in Outstanding Lawyers of America, a distinction limited to 100 attorneys per state, and has appeared in multiple marquee Who's Who distinctions. However, the habit he credits most for his longevity has nothing to do with billable hours. I managed stress and maintained a relatively healthy work-life balance by intentionally structuring both my workday and personal time, Bain said. I prioritized organization and realistic goal setting at work to avoid unneeded pressure. After work, I sought to disconnect as much as possible and shifted to activities to help me recharge. Every day, when the workday ends, Bain moves his body, whether it's through basketball, soccer, cycling, or cardio. He treats physical activity not as a reward for surviving a hard week but as the discipline that makes the hard weeks survivable. Physical activity helped to clear my mind, release built-up tension, and reset mentally, he said. Even a moderate workout or a brisk walk makes a noticeable difference in my energy and mood. By setting boundaries, staying active, and making wellness a consistent priority, I've been able to maintain balance and sustain long-term productivity and overall well-being. For Bain, the investment he makes in himself runs parallel to the investment he makes in the people he serves. After 5 decades, he has yet to find a reason to stop making either one. When asked to sit down and reflect on a career spanning 5 decades, Jim Bain did not reach for a highlight reel. He reached for something harder to quantify. The documents get lost and the newspapers turn yellow, Bain said. The impacts you make last forever. It is a perspective shaped by time, by wins, by losses, and by an honest accounting of what actually holds up. Bain, who built his reputation across some of Colorado's most prominent commercial and construction law firms, has the credentials to fill a wall. He has chosen to measure himself by something else entirely. The conversation turned to what he would tell a younger version of himself, the attorney who arrived early in his career with ambition to spare and something to prove. Early on, I rushed and overexerted to prove myself, Bain said. I would now tell the younger me that growth, mastery, and meaningful accomplishments take time. Consistency and persistence matter more than immediate wins. He was equally direct about failure, a subject many in his profession prefer to avoid. I would advise not to spend too much energy worrying about missteps or perceived failures, he said. Every challenge, every setback, and even every loss carries lessons that shape judgment and resilience. Those lessons accumulated across cases where the stakes were high and the outcomes were anything but certain. Bain recalled cases that were particularly difficult, where the results carried real consequences for his clients' finances, families, and futures. Guiding people through those moments, he said, became the work he is most proud of. I'm proud of building a career as an attorney that combined skill, integrity, and service, Bain said. Guiding clients through those moments, protecting their interests, and earning their trust has been deeply fulfilling. The pride extends beyond the courtroom. Bain has invested heavily in the attorneys who came after him, mentoring younger practitioners and watching them develop the confidence and judgment the profession demands. I also take pride in helping younger attorneys develop self-confidence and judgment, and seeing them succeed on their own, he said. This seems like passing forward the lessons I've learned. Now in his 70s, the ledger he keeps is a personal one. Staying active. Maintaining relationships. Giving back to a community that shaped him as much as he shaped it. At 76, I can reflect on a life where I've contributed to others' growth, supported causes I care about, and continued to challenge myself intellectually and physically, Bain said. That combination is what I consider my greatest achievement. Some of the most defining moments in Jim Bain's career never made it into a case file. He recalled meeting a young attorney early in the man's career, intelligent and capable, but quietly convinced he did not belong. The young man came from a modest background and felt out of place in rooms full of confident, experienced practitioners. Bain recognized that feeling immediately. I arose from a more modest background and faced the same quiet self-doubt earlier in my life, Bain said. Rather than offering quick advice, Bain chose a different approach. He invested time. When they met, he shared not only his successes but his failures, the cases that did not go as planned, the moments when his own confidence wavered. Some matters just don't work out, some risks are overwhelming, and sometimes I question my own ability to prevail, he said. Focusing on preparation, hard work, and steady improvement works far better than comparing yourself to others. The turning point came when the young man was offered an opportunity that would stretch him well beyond his comfort zone. His first instinct was to decline. Bain pushed back. Confidence doesn't come before action, he told him. It only comes after. The young man accepted the opportunity. He thrived. Years later, he told Bain that those conversations had made the difference. I realized that sometimes the greatest impact we make isn't through grand gestures, but through steady encouragement and belief in another person's potential, Bain said. Changing another's life doesn't require dramatic moments. It often comes down to mentorship, patience, and sharing wisdom earned through experience. Strip away the accolades, the published articles, the decades of courtroom experience, and what remains is a set of values Jim Bain has never been willing to negotiate. Integrity lies at the center of everything, Bain said. Credibility is an attorney's most valuable asset. Reputation is built over decades and can be lost in a moment, so I have always treated it as sacred. That standard extended in every direction. With clients, he delivered hard truths when the situation called for it. With opposing counsel, he remained civil and professional even when the work turned adversarial. I shoot straight with clients, even when the message is difficult, he said. The practice of law is adversarial, so staying rooted in integrity and retaining civility and professionalism is essential. Preparation, in his view, is where integrity becomes tangible. Bain has always believed that hard work, not talent, separates attorneys who endure from those who fade. Success rarely comes from talent alone, he said. Working hard and harder than your opponent is what leads to success. I don't know any other way. When mistakes happened, he addressed them directly and corrected them. No deflection. No delay. The same discipline carried into his personal life. Bain said he has come to understand that professional achievement means very little without the relationships and physical well-being that sustain it. Professional achievement means little without well-being and meaningful relationships, he said. I take care of both physical and mental health while maintaining perspective beyond the office. It is a fitting outlook to a career built on the belief that how you conduct yourself matters as much as what you accomplish. Jim Bain, a veteran Colorado attorney, has spent 5 decades proving exactly that.